I just guess I need the speaker on. Hello, everyone. Good to see everyone. My, we have good attendance today. I'm sure it's because of sunshine and beautiful weather, right? Oh, it is the coaches, but everyone is looking forward to hearing about basketball. Yeah. So thank you for being our special guest. We have a room full. So thank you for reminding me, Shane. Basketball is fall and in the minds of all. Well, we're glad to see you, and we're looking forward to hearing. And my microphone's going in and out, but I'll stay close and see if it continues to perform. Well, we have a lot of guests, special have Dr. LeVar come up forward and lead us in prayer. Thank you.
Next time we build flags, it's going to be 14 degrees. Actually, we had a great flag event last Saturday, a tremendous turnout, good event. The new facility worked well, and we should not have to worry with flags until next April. So look at that. Let's go to God in prayer. Eternal God, we give you thanks for the blessings of this day, this beautiful day, absolutely beautiful fall day outside, for the cool temperatures, the low humidity, the sunshine. It's just a glorious time to be alive and to be a Rotarian in Irving, Texas. We give you thanks for our club, its work in our community. Ask your spirit to be upon us, to bless those endeavors, and to bless our club today, to bless this food that has been brought before us, to take it to the nourishment of our bodies, and to keep us in your peace. In the name of the Christ, amen.
Now we will have Pledge of Allegiance led by our treasurer, David Harris. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, thank you, Neil. Yes, sir. Excellent. Now we will have the Director of Membership, Lazaro, come forward, introduce her guest, and give us an update on new members. Thank you, Lazaro.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. And we are excited to have the coaches here today from the high schools, and we're going to have Coach Roddy do the introductions. So we're looking forward to that. Additionally, we have other visiting guests. We have Addison Carey, And Addison is a guest of, welcome. Addison is a guest with Rick Lindsay. Addison, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Well, thank you. Thank you and welcome. You're welcome anytime. We also had the Sydney Center, right? And you want to tell us just a little bit about yourselves for some of the people that might not know you? Great. Well, welcome. We also have Jason Conister, right? Josh. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm not really struggling with roofing. Fun fact, we did the roofing contractor of the year somehow for like last 6 years in a row. So love Portland community. Grew up 24 times, started over here in Irving. And my dad was a state farm agent and retired about 7 years ago. The lovely Spain is now servicing that book business. So we're kind of just one big family. It's all going.
Well, welcome. Thank you and welcome. And of course, we have Terry Oliver as well, who is a new member. We're excited that you're going to be joining with Irving Cares. So thank you. You want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Opportunities where you want to volunteer, you want to help, you want to see what's going on in Irving, what people are doing. Please look us up, or it also has their organization.
Well, thank you again. And this is some of our visiting guests, but also some of our new members. And that concludes the report. And we're going to continue with the program. Thank you.
October is polio awareness with the Rotary Club. And so today your contribution to the bucket will be a donation to polio. So you may want to dig a little deeper, put a little more in, and help all of those that are needing polio vaccination. At this time, we always honor a member of the club and help everyone get to know members. And so at this time, I'm going to ask John to come forward. He is a long-term member, has served many positions and currently helping with the district governor. So thank you, John.
And thank you. No applause necessary. Those of you who are relatively new probably don't realize that I was banned from this microphone for 2.5 years. The restriction was only lifted a couple of weeks ago. Let me tell you why I'm a Rotarian. 6.5 years ago, I was and still volunteering at a local food bank called Crisis Ministries, and I was asked by the director to see if I could raise awareness of the ministry in the community. So I asked a friend of mine who was a member of this club if he could arrange to put me on the program. He did. I made a presentation to the club. 2 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail that said, did I see they've cut me off again? They do that. How about this one? Okay, yeah, 2 weeks later, I get his letter in the mail and it said, you've been, your application for membership in the Noon Club has been accepted. And it continued like that. A couple years after that, there was a president here named Crystal Scanio. You might know Crystal. She's still a member and she runs the Irving School Foundation. In her year as president, she had to announce a slate of officers, which, can you hear me without the mic? Yeah, so she had a slate of officers. The club had to vote on the slate of officers, and the secretary. Oh, that's true.
It's back on. You're accidentally touching that
I'm
little
not-
button.
I didn't touch anything.
Oh,
So the slate of officers under secretary had the initials TBD. Yeah, I didn't touch anything.
it's going off on itself, huh?
And
It's his magnetic personality.
how about this one? Now, in any case, I asked who is TBD, and I was told that's you. So I became the club secretary for 2 years. Now, as Linda has explained, you're going to try to?
Well, we're going to, they can't hear you in the back, so I'm going to hold it. You can speak.
All right, can you hear me in the back? Can you hear me, Harry?
It's lit up. Maybe it's just supposed to be a short,
Yeah, I'm talking too long. Huh?
it could be.
Yeah. In any case, although I still volunteer at a couple of nonprofits in Irving, I'm a member of this club because it gives you an opportunity not only to serve the local community, but to serve a wider area, both in the United States and around the world. Rotary's motto for this year is serve to change lives. And you heard Linda say that October 24th is End Polio Day. Many of you, if you're new, may not know that it's been through the efforts of Rotary that polio has been virtually eradicated around the world. There are only 2 countries left, and there have been no cases in those 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. There have been no cases for 1.5 years. So the job is almost done. I'm proud to be a Rotarian, and I know you are too. And next time we'll work on the IT business.
And now the microphone is mysteriously working again.
It's amazing. Thank you, John. You did great. At this time, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest speakers today. And the athletic director is going to honor us with introducing everyone. So, Coach Roddy, will you please come forward?
Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Guys, ladies, we are so happy and honored to be here today. We cherish the opportunity to come before you and share with our programs and more importantly, our kids. We have so much respect for the mission of the Rotary. As John just alluded to, your service to the community, but also your service to the country and service around the world. So we applaud you for that. Very interesting what John had to say about the Rotarian motto for the year. Serving to change lives, right? And that is right in tune with the mission of our athletic department, our school district, and our basketball programs. Serving to change lives. That's what we want to do with these kiddos. So we're honored to be here today. I'm so privileged to work with these professionals that'll be speaking to you. I know you're here to listen to them and not me, but before I bring the first one up, I would like to share with you a few good things going on within the school district and with the department. We are very proud of our boys cross country team at Irving High School. They just finished second in District 7-6A in the district cross country meet. Thank you. Yes, They have qualified for the regional cross-country meet in Lubbock. They'll be traveling on this Sunday, competing on the 25th. So we're super excited about that. In addition, we had 3 individual boys in MacArthur High School and 2 individual girls that have also qualified for the regional cross-country meet. Football is off to a good start. Very pleased to say that Nimitz High School is currently 4-3. Overall, 3-1 in the district standings, currently tied for 2nd place in District 7-6A. We're excited about that. MacArthur High School has a very favorable schedule the last 3 weeks of the season. It's hard to believe we only have 3 to go. So they're going to be playing meaningful games the rest of the way. We'll also have a chance to compete for a playoff spot. So once again, thank you so much for allowing us to be here. That's my piece. I am going to now bring up the head girls basketball coach and assistant athletic coordinator from Irving High School, Katrina Robinson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is, like you said, my name is Katrina Robinson. This is my 8th year at Irving High School, 9th in the district. And from day one, my girls have been working beyond my expectations. The basketball part is definitely something we've been working on. However, I feel like work ethic is something that you can't teach a kid. You can tell them, I need you to work harder. I need you to work harder. However, I've had my girls, they've been coming in. I do Camp Gladiator at Irving High School, and they are there when I finish my CG workouts. They come, they work each other out, and they want to be better. One of the great things about my girls is they're not settling to just be the 5-2 team. They play a lot bigger than what they are because they want it more than what some other people want. So that's just how I'm going to start out. But I have 3 returners. If y'all remember last year, I adored my seniors last year. I still adore them. I still talk to them. And it's a huge loss for the program because they set the tone for the girls this year. They didn't settle for everybody coming in, not working hard. They didn't settle for, okay, guys, it's okay if we aren't successful. They wanted everyone to be there day in, day out, on time, and put forth their best effort. So that definitely set the tone for the season. We have a good preseason coming. Our tournaments this year, we play in the Ranch Street tournament first, and then we have Burleson, and lastly, Dallas during the Christmas break. We're gonna definitely be able to compete in those tournaments. I'm excited for the season. I have a phenomenal coaching staff. This is one of the first years I really feel like I have coaches that understand me and I understand them. We brought up one coach from Crockett Middle School, Ashlyn Green. She's actually an Urban graduate, go Tigers. And then we have another coach she came from Grand Prairie High, but she was just teaching there, but she played at the collegiate level and overseas. So that's been helping me a lot, where I don't have to, it's happened so many times where as soon as I think it, someone is saying it. And my varsity assistant, John Good, he's our lone man. And I tell him all the time, like, thank you. We're sorry, because he has to deal with all the mood swings of women, and y'all know how we can be. And the coach and girls, and that was just him. He's the only man in our program, but he definitely takes good care of us as the female coaches and the girls. Other than that, we got a new coordinator this year, and I absolutely adore him. If you have not met Coach Munoz, you should definitely come up to Irving High School and meet him. He has great goals for not just football, but for our programs. He wants all of us to be on the same page and all of us to be one, which has helped a lot with the girl side of everything. My goal for my girls this year is to compete. They get a word each day. Each day they have a word. Today's word, each team. So varsity's word was effort. If anyone did not show effort, it's almost like I don't have to sub them out of practice. Someone else tells them to go, because you don't have the effort we need. And so they're beginning to learn to coach each other. because in games, we can't stop every play. We only get 5 timeouts. And that's sometimes I feel like I think I'm going to be able to take those with me and roll them over for the next game. That's not possible. But they're coaching each other up now. JV, their word was effort. Freshman, resiliency. And that's exactly what we saw today in practice. And we're on the block schedule, so I have all of my athletes at the same time, but we have to break up practice so that way everybody gets the amount of work and what type of work they need. Other than that, I'm very blessed, and I want to thank all of y'all for having us here. I love my school. I've been able to do my job and do it to the best of my ability just by having great people around me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Coach Roddy. Coach Crawford and I, we work really well together. I'm not even gonna tell y'all about our text messages, but he keeps me laughing to say the least, and he knows which one I'm talking about. But I appreciate everything. I'm not gonna hold everyone, but please come out and watch us play. Follow us on Twitter, Lady Tiger Ball, Instagram, Lady Tiger Basketball, and Coach Rob IHS. That's my Twitter. All right. Thank you. Oh, I'm introducing Coach April Zachary, one of my first teammates. As you can see, she was my point guard.
I know I'm a little vertically challenged. It is what it is. Okay, not my fault. I put it on my parents. How are you guys doing today? Good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for having me and having all of us. We always look forward to this part of the year because it means it's basketball season. It's like Christmas to us. So I mean, I only have to sleep first day, night before the first day of basketball practice. Oh, did you go out on me? Okay. I brought me a spiral, but I promise I'm not going to for that long. Okay. Don't look at me like that. Just recently, just a little bit about me. This is my 9th year in the district. I spent 3 years and started out. I don't know, okay. Am I good? No. Okay, maybe I won't use it. Okay, yes, no. All right, we'll figure it out. This is my 9th year in the district. I started out, actually, Irving IC was my first teaching and coaching job at Lady Bird Johnson Middle School. So I started with the babies in middle school, teaching PE, which is what I still teach now. Love to kind of continue to play with the kids. Moved up to Irving High School, got the great opportunity to coach with Katrina Robinson for 3 years, and we had an amazing time. Went to Duncan High School, spent 2 years there, and definitely to be back. This is my 3rd year at Nimitz High School. Each year we give our girls a yearly thing. My first year was earn, not given. So they had to earn everything. They had to earn their locker room. I told them the only reason why they got locker room this year is because of COVID. That's the only reason. Because other than that, they wouldn't have a locker room either. Right now, currently, my girls are wearing black shorts and a white t-shirt because they haven't earned their clothes yet. They got to earn everything. It means something to wear that Nimitz across their chest. So once they earn the opportunity to do that, then they can represent their school proudly. Our word for this year is commit. You know, and for me, that I told them when I rolled out the word to them, I felt connected to it. So not just kind of within our program in terms of, but even in my own life. A lot of times as coaches, we go to clinics, we go to different things, and we're like, okay, I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna do that. But what have you committed to doing? So can you really in a place or a space where your kids can actually get better at anything if you're changing everything up every day or every week or every month? So committed, it felt really connected to me too. And no matter when things go bad in the season, you have good practices and bad practices, good games and bad games. We got to commit it to who. So when you guys come out and you just play, we're going to be fast and we're going to be strong. And one of the things that we're going to be this year that I felt like we haven't been in the last couple of years, and I put it on myself, I always start with myself first, is we're going to be disciplined. And I feel like discipline comes from your coach. When you look at a team, you're like, the team's not disciplined. Well, if you're the coach of that team not disciplined because you don't make them disciplined. In practice, it's about what we allow them to do, right? We might talk to our coaches, why should you do that? Well, if you don't stop it and teach it, they're going to continue doing it, right? So unless there's some type of built-in accountability from the coaching staff and then for them as players, then it's a situation where you're just going to be frustrated all season because they're going to do the same thing because you keep letting them do the same thing. Enough about that. I want to kind of get into a little deeper about last year I graduated 4 seniors. So out of those seniors, I had two out of 4 starters for me. This year, like I told you guys before, our theme is going to be commit. We played in a summer league that we hosted at Nimitz High School. That was really, really good for our kids. I was able to put my baby together and my varsity group. We played in a fall league this year, which was really, really good just in terms of building chemistry and camaraderie for my kids. I've got 3 out of 5. My returning starting 5 is coming back. So I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do on the court together. And this is probably the most excited I've been in a season in a very long time. I missed the first 2 weeks with them because I had a baby, so I was out on maternity leave. So that was really hard for me being away from them the first 2 weeks. But my coaches did an amazing job and kind of, carrying the program kind of while I was out. This group for me is a really, really fun group to coach. And the biggest thing is senior led. I've got 7 seniors this year. So a little bit on what Katrina hit on, for us as coaches, it's really fun when your kids can check themselves. And instead of you as a coach correcting stuff and holding players accountable, they hold themselves accountable, right? They check themselves. So those are always really, really fun groups to coach. Our first game is Saturday, November 6th. We play Dallas Sunset at 10, 10, and 11:30. We'd love for you guys to come watch us and come check us out this season. Again, it will be a fun group to watch play. We'll be better as the season goes. That's enough for me. I told you I wasn't gonna be too long, and I feel like I've been rambling, so that means I'm done, right? Our next speaker I'm gonna present from MacArthur High School is Mr. Stephen Jameson.
How are y'all doing today? Doing good. So my name's Stephen Jameson. I'm actually the first assistant for MacArthur High School. Coach O, unfortunately, could not be here today. She's suffering from things from a car accident. She is getting better. She is slowly getting back. So she wanted to tell me she misses being here. This is one of her favorite events of all time. And she just loves being here and being around y'all and getting to interact. And she's so sorry that she couldn't make it, but she is coming back every single day, healthier and healthier. And sooner than later, she'll be back on the court with her same intensity that she always is. But this is my 3rd year at MacArthur. I was a JV coach last year. Now I'm the first assistant. So I'm just slowly moving my way up, just trying to help out the program as much as possible. With our program, our #1 word is intensity. We want to be intense with everything we do. We want to have passion. We want to be intense in the classroom, outside the classroom, anything that you do in life. We want to start invoking intensity, because if you're passionate about what you do and you're passionate about what you're learning, you will be successful no matter what you are. So we have been preaching that from day one. And then that's how we want to be on the court. We want to be the most intense team on the court. We want to overwhelm opponents. We want to do what we want to do. That's our main thing. Within our program, we did graduate 6 seniors last year. So we graduated majority of our starting 5. We had 3 of them go Division I. So that was a really good step in our program. And that's our #1 thing, is to get girls to the next level and not have to worry about paying for an education. We want them to be there, not have to worry about money, and just continue building their careers going forward and being better citizens, and hopefully back to Irving to help out the community. We do have 2 seniors this year that are going to be our key roles. A couple of them have some offers right now for Division I, so we're hopefully going to something them going forward. But they are our main leaders. They've been in our program for 4 years. They've been on the varsity program, so they know what we're doing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. With our program, we also have a couple juniors going up, so we are going to be very, very young this year. But with things going forward, it'll help us out in the long run. This next year and the year after that, our main goal is to get that 4th district championship. We are trying to go all 4 years. Some of these seniors are trying to push for it, and that's what Coach O's been preaching about. Get that 4th district championship, move on to the 2nd round, 3rd round, continuing our growth from there. But with our schedule that we have, we are playing in some pretty big tournaments. We have the Allen tournament that will be coming up very soon, and then we will be playing in Cowtown as well. and we look forward to seeing y'all there. We really appreciate every support from the Irving community. We love to see y'all out there. We love seeing y'all cheering us on and going from there. And hopefully y'all can make it out to some games. I'll keep it short and sweet. So that's my spiel. Coach Rotary. Yes, sir.
We'll move to the boys portion of the program, and I'd like to introduce his 26th year in the profession and 11th year as the head basketball coach at Emmons High School. Help me welcome Joel Donald.
All right, I brought a folder, so all I need is about 45 minutes of your time. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be about half of what the girls. So, but I really want to appreciate, thanks to Coach Roddy, to the Rotary Club members, and I also want to thank Coach Coonstead. I know he would love to be here for this. He's a really big basketball ambassador for the state of Texas, and actually for the whole entire country. And Coach Coonstead does a great job, and we really appreciate him for what he does. Wow, this is my 11th year as a head basketball coach here at Nimitz. Time has really flown by on me. Here in the last 5 or 6 years, we've been able to speak at this wonderful place, and I brag on the lunch every time we come. This is so good. I tell my team, I'm getting ready to go brag on you, and I'm getting ready to have our preseason lunch. Well, they said, Coach, can you bring us something back? I said, no, I'll just tell y'all about it. I just brag. So, but we really appreciate for you guys for having us. And I also want to appreciate the things that you do for our community. I know it's a lot of work to organize a lot of the things that you do. We really appreciate that. And I know it's the basketball season, so I'm excited. It's the best time of year. The moon is full, the weather is great, and we get to play inside. So it's awesome. It's great. So we're looking forward to having a great year this year. We have a really good mix of talented young players and some pretty good veteran players this year. I have a senior class that's been working really hard. A senior Keon Knight and Christian Areza was an all-district guard last year. We're all-district guards last year. Also, we have a really good guard, Gerald Mirage. He'll head the talented but small group this year. Gerald is an exciting guard who we think will be, has a chance to be special. Has a lot of leadership characteristics. Does really well. He's a straight A student. When he makes anything below a 95, he's really upset. So we're excited about Gerald's future. We also have a host of really good young players that will contribute this season. Jalen Jackson is probably the tallest player I've ever coached here at Nimitz. He's 6'8", he's only 15 years old. He's improving every day. He's starting to draw attention now from some colleges. He's one of the tallest ones I've ever had at Nimitz. So we're excited about coaching him. And also we have a 6-foot shooting guard that's really good and really worked hard. He started out and he worked his way up and is really excited about how well he's doing. With all the hard work he's putting in, it's awesome. His name is Caleb Harris. And then we've had our Read to Grow program. It's something that we do every year at the beginning of the year. We have a Read to Grow program where we go to elementary schools and we have the elementary kids read to us. I think that's one of the more important things you can teach your kids to do is listen. And the kids really get a lot more out of reading to us. So we thought it was really good, and this kind of took off. And, our kids really enjoyed it. A lot of them enjoy to read. They do have to listen because they tell me what the young people told you, and they really get a great experience. It's a great experience to get out of that from their older kids. So this is something that we'll continue to do. And we also do some community service with some churches. We usually find some really old churches that we help clean up and paint. We do a lot of good things for team building. So we try to do as much as we can. We have to teach our young people about service. And that's one of the reasons I like coming to speak here. You know that most of the things you do is for service, serving the community. And that's what this is all about. This is what keeps our country going. This is what keeps our world going, is serving others. We're blessed to be able to teach and coach young people. And we know that, and we appreciate all of the things that Nimitz and Irving ISD gives us from all of our leadership teams. It's awesome. So we appreciate that. We hope you'll come out and watch us this year and follow us. Now you can follow people without even having to move. I don't understand how to follow people and all that stuff yet. I understand it's just a click of a button. But we do ask you to pay attention to Nimitz basketball, boys and girls, and all of our athletics in Irving ISD. We really do some great things, not just playing on the field, but we do some great things off the field. So we really appreciate you, and thank you for having us. Thank you for the lunch again. And we're looking forward to doing it again next year. Thank you. And now, and at this time, I want to introduce Coach Crawford, Irving High School.
All right. I'm kind of like Coach. I'm old school. I got to write things down and kind of read it. Good afternoon. Like you said, I'm Coach Crawford. This is my second year here at Irving. Appreciate all of you being here and having us today. Like you said, it's always a joy to be here and to get to speak to you guys. Last year, as you know, was kind of a different year. And I'll be honest, as a new head coach, first year at Irving, it was tough. With the things we had to deal with concerning COVID. So I almost feel like this is year one and last year was year zero kind of. It's felt like the first year for me. So one thing that we're trying to do, and something that not only leaders of organizations, but coaches, the old cliche of changing the culture. That's something that we try to do every single day in our program. What does that look like? We're trying to instill new habits. It starts with discipline. We're trying to be consistent. These kids don't have a lot of consistency in their lives, and they need some consistency. And I think we as coaches and teachers in a leadership role, we can provide that consistency for those young men. Another one is routines. We try to create as many routines as we can for our young men so that they can be successful. And we feel as a staff, have a great staff. We feel as a staff, we have the energy to hold these kids accountable all the time, on the court, off the court, each and every day. In fact, my varsity assistant, some of you may know, his name is Brian LeGrand. His dad is a kind of an Irving legend, Snake LeGrand. So it's been a joy having him work alongside me. Like I said, our standards and expectations at Irving are very high. And that's, again, starts with discipline. I don't feel like you can do anything without discipline. If you want to be successful, you got to have a disciplined mentality. We thought we made some strides in the right direction last season. Again, with COVID and everything, it was really tough on all of us. We won 3 district games last year. First time Irving High boys have won a district game in several years. Me as a competitor, that wasn't good enough for me, but I know the kids were really excited about experiencing some success, especially in district. We look to build on that. We've been working really hard. We've done some fall leagues, some spring leagues. We've been very competitive. And that's one thing also with changing the culture is we're trying to teach these kids how to have some grit. We didn't have a whole lot of grit last year. We would lay down and kind of quit, and I didn't like that. So that's something that we're trying to change and just become more competitive as a team. We got 4 returners, 1 starter. We got a good group around them, though, I think. We'll have some kids coming off the football field that'll help us. So it should be a solid group, and we're looking forward to having some success. The 1 returner we have is Joseph Taylor. He really works hard. He's a really good kid. He's really grown as not only a player, but a person. So that's been exciting to see. Couple bright spots, just to mention some young kids that we got. We have a sophomore named Karsten Nessler, who brings a lot of toughness to us. So we're excited about having him. And then we have a freshman that's incoming that I think is going to be really special. He's the hardest working kid we got, and it's not close. It is not close. His name's AJ McPeters. He's a really talented player. He is a gym rat. That kid loves to be in the gym, and he has raised our level of practice every single day just because he demands so much from his peers and his teammates. So it's been exciting to see that from a coach. We have a really tough schedule. As a staff, we want to challenge our kids. They need to know, what it looks like when we get to the district, because our district is really tough. Lake Collins and Richardson High are really good. So we have tournaments at Arlington, Martin. We go to Louisville. Our non-district schedule, we play the likes of the Colony, Colleyville Heritage, Denton Ryan, to name a few. And then, like I said, I think our district is one of the toughest in the state. We had a team go to Richardson, went to the state's finals, if I'm not mistaken. And Lake Collins and Jesuit, they beat each other out, I think 3 or 4 rounds. So I think we have a really competitive district. So we're looking forward to that. Overall, I'm excited about what we have going on at Irving High. I think like I said, we're moving in the right direction. One thing that I struggle with as a coach, and I think probably all of us as people at times, is trusting the process. I'm not real good at that. I want to win, and I want to win now. But I really have to step back and trust the process. And when I do that, I do see where we've grown as a program, not only as a team, but also individuals and us as coaches. So it's exciting. But in closing, again, I thank you guys for having us here. We hope that you can come out. Irving High School, we hope to play an exciting brand of basketball, but also I know those guys over there at the table at Nimitz and MacArthur, they also bring an exciting brand of basketball to the court. So I think if you come out, you'll be excited with what you see. Thank you so much for having us again. I appreciate it. And I think Coach Roddy is going to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Jason. I'm going to bring the next gentleman up because he's new to us. We are very proud to have a new head coach at MacArthur High School, John Mabui. And John is coming to us most recently from Naaman Forest High School, where his first assistant. He was previously working in Crowd before that. But we're really excited about the things John's going to bring us. I know one thing I'd like to share with John that I think is super interesting is how many bilingual people do we have in the house? Okay, in trilingual, quadlingual, if that's such a word. Obviously, John is fluent in English, but he's also fluent in French. He's fluent in ancient Creole, and he's fluent in Swahili. So, fun fact about John. So, without further ado, please help me welcome Coach John Mabui.
Thanks for having me. Again, I'm John Bowie, first year coach at MacArthur High School. And there's a little bit about myself, and I don't want to talk too much about myself. Yes, I'm originally from the Congo in Central Africa, and I grew up in Paris, France, and also Montreal, Quebec. So this is my first year at MacArthur High School. I'm so excited to represent such a great school, great community, and also a great city. City of Irving, always in a great city. Actually, when I moved to America, we moved to Irving, the north side of Irving. So Irving also made home to me. So this year, our motto was to play hard, play smart, play together. And when we talk about playing hard, is to really give your best. And every day, every practice, I push my players to give their best. And your best may not lead to a win, but we want you to always represent your best, represent yourself, represent your family, represent your community. We also talk about playing smart on the basketball court, and playing smart also applies on and off the court. One thing about me, I always tell the kid is I was an athletic nerd, right? Although I played basketball and played multiple sports, but I was a nerd. I really enjoyed going to school. I really enjoyed reading, and the stereotype they always have about these athletes that they're not just good students, they're student athletes, they're student first. So when we talk about playing smart, it says on the court, off the court, on the court, make the right decisions, but also off the court, in the classroom, always make the right decision, a smart decision. Then lastly, is play together, right? Because these boys are family. They spend so much time together, you know, from Monday to Saturday, and then on road trips and in hallways, locker rooms, and the whole thing is they gotta be together, they gotta be a family. And great family, once these players graduate, they're gonna keep that friendship post high school. And that's my goal, to build that camaraderie, that they stay together in multiple years. I told the boys is, in 5 to 10 years, I want to invite it to your weddings. And I want the players to come to your weddings. I want to see some of you guys, some of your teammates, to be best at your weddings and kids' graduations and birthday parties, all that stuff that's the whole thing. But about playing together, is you gotta be accountable, right? And we'll always hold each other accountable. Myself, hold the players accountable, coach and staff, coach accountable, also player accountability. I think once you do that, you become a really good team. As far as our team is, we'll have a graduate and we have a pretty good young team.
Have is Cameron Marzell, who's playing football right now. Very tough kid. And me personally, I love football players who come out to basketball because they provide that mentality that sometimes basketball players, the pretty boys, don't have that. As well as, again, we have a very good young team, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. And then come out to see us this year. We have a very competitive schedule. I love our tournaments. We play the Capel tournament. We're going to start a tournament against Capel, a really good team that is state ranked. We're also playing the Curtis Cobalt tournament, which is a great tournament, also a great facility to get our boys ready, hopefully for regional tournaments. And then finally, we played Lakeview, Centennial, and Garland, another really good tournament against a lot of tough teams. And our goal again is to have fun, play fast in a great environment. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. And in closing, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just so excited to be here. So excited to have a new brand of basketball MacArthur, a fun brand of basketball MacArthur, and win as many games as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, we enjoyed the updates with the basketball team and future games, and it's playing tricks on me too, but thank you. Both of our children were tremendous athletes. Our son really loved basketball, so I appreciate all of you. I know how much you influence the children to be leaders for tomorrow. So thank you so much for all that you do. At this time, we're going to close with a four-way test led by our President-elect, Shane Rip. Shane? Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day.